How's it going, gamer? You got Hands here, and today in Dauntless we're going over Valomyr's Strikers build. I actually have two builds, and we're getting definitely ready for the Umbral Escalation that's coming up, y'all, because it's going to be exciting and it's going to be hard. So the two builds that I have is one big damage build where you're low at life. You only have 400 life, but I'm talking about it does big damage, as you can see, and it is awesome. And the other one does really great damage and has great attack speed, but it also has Iceborne, because I know how a lot of us love Iceborne in the escalations, especially in the early periods, so we can get used to it. These builds also have room for adjustment, like if you want more health and you don't want to use Berserker, you can use Wild Frenzy, and I explain that further in the video. And hey, if you like this video and you want to see more, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and definitely hit that bell for notifications. So turn on your system, grab your strikers, and let's get ready. How's it going, gamer? I'm super excited to show you these Radiant builds that I'm really focusing on right now, since we have Umbral Escalation coming out. So I figured, hey, why not? Let's get started on all the Radiant weapons and some of the coolest ones first, especially the strikers. So what I got here is Valomyr strikers. And man, this is a huge damage build, but you have very little health. But there's room for adjustments depending on if you want Berserker or if you would rather have Wild Frenzy instead and have more life. Well, let's hop into this build, alright? First, you're going to want to get Valomyr's Visions, which is the strikers. They have Aether Hunter in it, which means when the behemoth is Aether charged and they have the blue flame around their head on the icon on the screen, that's when they're Aether charged, and that's when that damage cell will kick in and start doing its job. Now if the head is red, then that's when Rage Hunter works, but sometimes you can see both. So this build is more focused on behemoths that get Aether charged. And what's really cool about the special ability is once charged, your next attack deals plus 550 damage, which is really dope if you can maintain your health being up. Or in the second build that I have, it's Iceborne, and Iceborne works really well with Valomyr's weapons and this Radiant charge because your life is always being filled, therefore the charge is being charged faster. So let's go in further. You're going to want to put a Discipline cell in there and then a Zeal cell. Zeal is really awesome. If you don't have Zeal, use something like Conduit or Etheric Attunement, I would suggest. I love Titan's Crash because of the damage and stagger damage. It's really good. And the mod, in my opinion, this is the best mod, Cyclonic Strike Plate. Tempest Form duration is increased by 10 seconds. And it does extra damage towards the end, so it's really great. For the headpiece, we're using Helion's helmet that has Rage Hunter, and we're going to put a Berserker cell in there. And then for the chest piece, that's Shroud's chest, that has a +3 Rage, and we're going to put another Rage in there. And then for the hands, that's Melkarion's hands, that has a Predator, and we're going to put a Berserker cell. And then for the feet, it's Melkarion's feet, that has a +3 Aether Hunter, and we're going to put a Predator cell. And then for the lantern, I'm using Drask's Eye, because this is a huge damage build with low life. You know, it's really epic, so this is throwing it way over the top with Drask's lantern and with the Zeal cell. But if you choose that you want more attack speed, you can use Embermanes or Strikes for more ability and more attack speed. It's all up to you. And for the tonics, these are the ones I suggest. They're really awesome for in-game if you're playing some of the hardest behemoths. Soul Tonic, Blitz Tonic, Frenzy. It's a really dope damage and attack speed buffs. So all in all, what we got for this big damage build, I mean, check it out, it's crazy. It's +6 Aether Hunter, which is 50% damage versus Aether charged behemoths. And then Berserker, yes, it drops our health down low, but that gives us 35% damage if you can maintain the hits. Predator is another 35% damage if you can avoid not getting hit. And then Rage is a consistent 25% damage that's happening all the time. And Zeal boosts the living crap out of our lantern, which is from Drask's Eye. So Zeal boosts that like insane, so that's even more damage. And Discipline is knocking us at half health, so we can use Rage and or Wild Frenzy. Like I said, you can change out Berserker for Wild Frenzy, and that gives us a little bit of crit chance. And then Rage Hunter takes us even further for more damage at 15%. What I was trying to do here is just maximize the damage in this build, and this is a big damage but low life build. But like I said, you can take off Berserker because it's in these two slots and put in Wild Frenzy. Get your health up a little bit higher and attack way faster. It'll be really good, so that's entirely up to you. I make these builds so y'all can adjust them to your play style. But also I have one more build, and this one has Iceborne, which the escalation's coming up, and a lot of people like to use Iceborne in the escalations because it's a long, arduous battle of some pretty epic stuff. So what we're going to do in this one is the same thing, obviously Valomyr strikers. We're going to put an overpower cell and a zeal cell. It has the same special and the same mod. For the head, we're using Shroud's head that has a rage, and we're going to put a discipline cell. For the chest piece, that's Boreas's, that has a rage cell, and we're going to put an Iceborne cell. And then Nasher's hands has a rage hunter, and we're going to put an overpower cell. And then Boreas's feet has another Iceborne, and we're going to put a wild frenzy so we can get a little bit of extra boost of speed so we can keep our health regenerating as much as possible. And then for the lantern, like I explained before, use what you think is the best on your play style. If you need more attack speed, use Embermanes or Strikes, but I prefer Drastic's Eye with that damage buff, especially comboed with Zeal. Same thing for the tonics. So all in all, what that gives us is a +6 Iceborne, a +6 Overpower, a +6 Rage, a +6 Zeal, and then a +3 Aether Hunter, Discipline, Rage Hunter, and Wild Frenzy. That's really good because we have a lot of good damage cells, even though these are at +3. And we have Wild Frenzy to boost our attack speed because we're always at half health. So the Overpower and the Iceborne and the Rage are all going to work, real well together, so you can do some really good damage, especially when they start getting Aether charged and raged out. So I really hope you're able to make these builds because they are pretty dope, and I am super excited for the Umbral Escalation, and I'm sure you are too. Alright gamer, that's all I got for you today. Hey, if you like this video and you want to see more, please share it with your friends and spread the word. I'm trying to hit my goal of 1,000 subs, and I appreciate all y'all's great feedback, all your great comments. It's very inspirational, and I'm going to keep on doing what I do because of you. This is Hands signing out. Peace.